the best time is now. The best time is now is for some coffee. And as always, although I don't always drink coffee, but today I'm drinking coffee, cold coffee. Pretty soon we're going to be drinking hot coffee because the weather's starting to change very fast. So, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to my coffee break conversations. Cheers to you guys. Hope you guys are having a good day. Hope you guys are feeling well, feeling amazing. It is fall. I can feel it in the air. It's getting crisp in the morning, a little chilly. And yeah, so I thought this would be, since we're in October now, I had thought that this would be a really good time to talk about protecting your energy. And you know, there's various subjects out there about protecting your energy, and I want to lean more toward a holistic way of doing it, and also kind of a health, looking at it from a health standpoint. And a lot of the times when people think of energy, they think of, you know, maybe electricity, they think maybe of the energy in something, but they never really think about, or sometimes the energy that they have during the day, right? But a lot of times we take it for granted. We take our energy for granted. And so that's why I thought it would be a really good subject to talk about today. One of the things when I was younger, I really took my energy for granted because I've always been a very high energetic person. I still am. I'm very energetic. And I was like that throughout my childhood, my whole teenage years, my adulthood. I mean, I don't remember a time where I wasn't that way, unless I was sick or something. But I've always been a very high energetic person. And so sometimes, you know, we can really exhaust that energy, especially day to day when we go throughout our activities, we go throughout, you know, meeting people, talking with people, being around family, being around friends, being around coworkers, being around just overall. And sometimes our energy can really get drained from us. And you know, we're an energetic being. Everybody has energy fields around them at any given time. And a lot of things will tend to take away from that energy during the day. And it can be physical, it can be a mental drain, it can be an emotional drain. Sometimes, you know, depending on what we're doing, it can even be a spiritual issue if we're not really paying any mind and we're not being mindful of our energy. And so that's what I wanted to go through. And I want to cover a little bit about physical energy, you know, with our body. Because I know, especially like starting here, we're in October, and I'm thinking, in fact, yesterday, it was so crazy. I was talking to my husband and my mom, because we went to see my mom yesterday, and we were talking about Thanksgiving, we were talking about Christmas, and already trying to plan for that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I said, do you realize next month is Thanksgiving? And Toby and I were talking, is like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know. It just creeped up on us, like, here it is. So yeah, I mean, time goes by so fast. And a lot of times what happens is, especially when we hit November and December, for those times, a lot of people are always stressed. They're always exhausted. They're always tired. Because we have a lot going on at the end of the year. Most people have a lot of stuff going on. And so, you know, depending on what happened throughout your year, sometimes you can just get so tired and so drained and just so, just like, ugh, you know. And we really don't, you know, we kind of take it for granted about our energy. So one of the things that I like to do, and I'm not going to give you guys like the normal, what people say normally is, well, if you're tired, drink a cup of coffee. Well, if you're tired, drink a Monster Energy. Well, if you're tired, I mean, that's not, you know, those things are actually a detriment. And I'm not talking about coffee. I mean, if we're hopped up on Starbucks coffee and you go to Starbucks every day and get a venti size Starbucks, It's full of sugar, and yes, we're guilty of getting those every now and then. We don't get them all the time, but every now and then we do get those. But I mean, for people who have to be hopped up on the caffeine and sugar like all the time, that's all they do, or they have to have some stimulant to get them going and keep them going, that can actually drain your energy even farther. So what I like to do is I have come across some holistic ways to help keeping your energy levels high during the day. And a lot of those involve just, and I've shared this before, I think a long time ago, but a lot of those involve just like certain trigger points. Like one thing I have learned is if you take your finger in your forehead, like, you know, between your eyebrows right here, and you kind of press in, don't press in to where it hurts, okay? But it's like a trigger point. You press in. Oh, wait, I think it's, yeah, I'm sorry. My bad, guys. I made a mistake. My bad. See, every now and then I come up with something and go, wait, what the heck am I saying? So you, right here, between your, you know, your upper lip, you press on that, and it'll feel weird, okay? It's going to feel weird. You can go, oh, that feels strange. But if you breathe in deeply and you press on that area, and you concentrate on pressing on that area while you're breathing, you can actually feel, at least when I do it, you can actually feel your energy level kind of go up, because it's a trigger point. They call them trigger points. So it's kind of, and you might look funny. You think, boy, I feel funny doing this, right? And you'll feel a trigger right here. It's really weird, and it looks strange, but I found that kind of thing helps too as a holistic way. Another way is, you know, when you're doing like a breathing exercise and you imagine yourself breathing in energy. Like what I have done too, and I think this is kind of cool for those of us who, this kind of takes a little bit of your imagination, and this is more of a mental exercise, okay? You have to kind of really imagine and use your mind, use your vision, imaginary vision, and you want to close your eyes and you envision a ball, like a beautiful, bright, yellow-orange ball of energy. Just picture it right in front of you. And a lot of times what I like to do is close my eyes to do this. And you can picture in your mind, focus on yellow and orange. Those are the two things I want you to focus on. And I want you to pretend like you are reaching out to this energy ball, okay? So you can do that in a couple of ways. And I have, like I said, I have shared this kind of technique before in the past on some of my past videos. But I think it's really good to come back to certain things sometimes and show you just a really good way to help you with your energy. So I think it's good to come back to time again. Every now and then you've got to come back and kind of relearn these things. And I've had to do that too, because, you know, we get busy. We get busy with our lives, and we go about our lives, and there are some of these techniques that I have learned and applied, but then I kind of forgot. Not that I really forgot, but I kind of tucked it in the back of my mind and whatever. I don't have time for that, right? I still say that from time to time, guys. And I thought, no, wait, you know, so it's like a habit. I got to get myself back into doing those sort of things when I'm feeling down or I'm feeling tired. So one of the things that I like to do too is you can either pretend like your fingers are plugs, okay? Like you're plugging into an outlet. Pretend like your fingers are plugs, okay? And I know this sounds totally crazy. You're looking at me going, okay, Donna, this is strange. All right. Just go with it. I promise you it's different, but just go with it for a moment. So, and I don't know, hopefully the camera will show, but you can raise your arms up high. And you can either take, you know, your thumb and your forefingers, or you can just take your two fingers. Pretend, and you can lift your arms up kind of in a, you know, up over your head like this, kind of in a circle. And pretend like these are the plugs. And you're plugging in to a ball of that yellow orange energy that I talked about. You have to picture it in your mind, okay? You have to picture it. You pretend like you're plugging into that thing. And all of a sudden, you know, when you keep your arms up for a little bit and you focus on that vision and you focus on that ball of energy just swirling around, feel the energy coming down your arms. You kind of feel the spike of energy. And this is an imaginary thing, okay? You have to feel that energy coming down in your arms. It's extending out to your body. You're feeling that energy all the way down to your legs, your toes, everything. And if you do that, you can hold it for, if you can't hold it more than a minute, that's okay. Because sometimes, you know, when we keep our arms up like this, we're going, oh my gosh, my arms, I can't do this. Try to keep it for a minute. You can work up to like 5 minutes if you really need that extra kick, you know, if you need that extra energy. You can do it from anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. And you want to close your eyes while you're envisioning this and just breathe in slowly through your mouth or through your nose, and then breathe out slowly through your mouth while you're envisioning this plug that you're plugging into this ball of energy. And you breathe slowly. And when you do that, it's almost like, I didn't believe it at first, okay? When I did this exercise, I watched this and I learned this and I'm going, oh yeah, right. How in the world is something like that, that's stupid, gonna get me energy? And I didn't believe it, okay? And now that, okay, Donna, stop being so close-minded and actually try it. Before you say anything, before you come to a judgment about it, try it. And so I did. I tried it and I was amazed. I was like, wait a minute. This really works. This really works. And like I said, you've got to put your imagination and your mental energy into this. And you will start to feel your body kind of light up. My arms kind of would tingle. My body would kind of tingle. And I'd feel this surge of energy just coming through my body. And after I did this and I opened my eyes, I was like, wow, I kind of actually did feel energetic. My energy level picked up. And I did this, mind you, I did this in the morning because I have a really hard problem getting out of bed, guys. I have a hard time waking up in the morning, and in the morning is my least energetic self, is right away when I wake up. I am not energetic. I am just like, oh, I struggle with trying to get my body moving. And I've always been like that. Take some coffee here. I've always been like that. And so this has really kind of helped me when I get up in the morning. Just kind of wake yourself up, get my energy fields going, get my energy in my body going. And when I do that, I start feeling better. And then I can start my day and I can have my breakfast and do my workouts, and I feel amazing. Now, that is a very clean, holistic way that is going to be good for you to, you know, really elevate your energy. And it's better than coffee. Believe it or not, I love coffee to death, guys. But it is better than coffee. It is better than some physical stimulant that you're going to give your body that's actually maybe not the best for it. And so if you're really into that natural, holistic way, that is 2 ways that I showed you that you can really tap into your inner field, your inner energy field. Try to say that really fast. And so those 2 areas have helped me a lot. Let's see, another thing too is like, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit. When you get up in the morning, another thing that I like to do is have some lemon water. And I've mentioned this before, and I do realize I'm going a little bit off course on my normal videos because I talk mostly about, you know, mindset and your heart and soul and getting really energetic and getting really to know yourself. But this ties in, guys. This so ties in because, you know, if you just spend time doing nothing but focusing on one area of your body, like just focusing on the physical and avoiding everything else, or focusing on the mental and you're avoiding your physical, you're not going to have that balance in your body. And that's what I love to talk about, is holistic balance in your body. And so lemon water is a good thing to do. I drink it daily. I do take a break. I drink lemon water at least 5 days a week. And I give myself a bit of a break because, we don't want to over acidic ourselves. And I have a huge jug of water I try to get through. You can take a glass like this. You can fill it with either cool or warm water, and just squirt a little bit of real lemon juice. I'm not talking about those little bottles of lemon that looks like a lemon. Avoid those, guys. I'm sorry. Don't get a real fresh lemon and squeeze that into your water a little bit. Stir it up. Take that down slowly, and in the morning before breakfast. Now, excuse me. I like to take it. I drink my lemon water throughout the day, but the best way to do it too, like in the morning when I first get up, I will take like a lemon water shot, or you can take like an 8-ounce glass. I think this is bigger than an 8-ounce glass. A little glass like this, or smaller maybe, and drink your lemon before you even put food in your body. And what that does is, lemon is a natural antioxidant. It naturally cleanses your kidneys. It cleanses your bladder. It cleanses your body. It's good for getting your digestive system moving in the morning. For some of you who might have slow digestion problems, that is a really good way to start getting yourself kind of clean. And start out slow. Don't just pump that lemon right in the water. I did that. When I first started doing lemon water, I took an entire lemon, or 3/4 of the lemon, huh? Mm-hmm. I didn't realize it, because you're only supposed to start out a little bit. I took a whole lemon, and over here, squeezing the lemon into this little thing of water about this big. And, I took a couple of sips, and I'm like, oh, it was like very sour and tart. And I drank it. And I got the worst stomach ache ever, and yeah, it ended up really upsetting my stomach. I'd advise you, don't go crazy. Start out with a couple of drops of lemon in your water, and work up just a little bit, because if you're not used to that acidicness in your system, it can also do the opposite effect and really irritate your stomach and your digestive system, okay? So you don't want that. Start out a little bit. Drink it warm. That is a really good way to get things going and get things moving in your body. It gets that energy going, and it starts moving all those toxins, so you can just like get all those toxins out of you. That is an excellent way to boost up your energy, I think. I like that. For those of you who love lemon. Another thing too is more of a mental too aspect of protecting your energy from toxic people. And that is another energy suck that I want to say. An energy suck that is more of a emotional drain for us is being by very toxic people. And I'm talking emotionally toxic people, okay? I'm not talking to someone who's like physically toxic, although I don't think we want to be by those either. But what I mean is, you probably know what I'm talking about, right? You get by those people that just have that energy about them, because everyone carries a different energy about them. There are people that you'll meet that you have the really good energy, and there are some people that just have some very bad energy going on, some very dark, negative energy. And a lot of the times, if you allow yourself to be exposed for long periods of time to those type of people, it's literally an energy suck. It's like, imagine imagine this energy. You're like a ball of energy, right? You picture I guess a good way to picture that orange yellow ball that I was telling you about, just a ball of energy, right? And all of a sudden you're coming up on this dark, black, brown, black, almost depressing ball, and it's just sucking It's just pulling that energy from you, and you're just like, ugh. That's how it is on an emotional and mental level when you expose yourself to toxic people too long. And I know sometimes that can be a very hard, fine line, especially if we're talking, if you have family members, or if you have friends, or maybe coworkers, if you're at a job and you have coworkers, or if you have your own business and you have employees, and they have that type of energy and they're just like draining you, it can be really hard to deal with, because a lot of times we have relationships with these people, right? We have relationships with our family, with our friends, our coworkers, our business associates. I mean, our clients, even our clients can be an energy suck for us, those of us who are coaches and we have clients. And the thing is, you have to protect that. You've got to protect your energy. You've got to imagine you are like a barrier around your body where that negative energy comes at you and it goes bounce right off you. You got to become that barrier to dispel that negative, toxic energy. And one of the things that I've discovered is I used to allow that a lot. I used to really just allow my power, allow them to take my power and take my energy and just suck it right out of me. I allowed it because I was trying to lend an ear. I was trying to be that person who has to, is trying to listen in on and help people. And though we want to help somebody who is maybe not, maybe having a really dark time, we want to help those people, but sometimes it can turn against us. And a prime example of this is, and I always like to give examples of what I've experienced. This actually happened to my husband not too long ago. He was talking to someone he knew, and he was trying to explain to them what they need to do to kind of help themselves, okay? And this person was having a lot of medical problems. This person was not really doing well, and we thought, okay, we could maybe help them. And so my husband really sat down with this person. He talked to them, tried to explain to them, hey, this is what we can do to help. This is how it's going to help you. This is going to how it's going to help, other members of family and friends and stuff. But what happened is this person that Toby was trying to help kind of backlashed and just like sucked that energy right out and absolutely closed the mind. The mind got closed off. This person's mind was closed off, and they refused to do anything. They refused to even acknowledge how Toby could help them. And he was just being open and honest with this person and saying, okay, I really think this would help. And this person's like, no, I'm not doing it this way, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's an energy suck. That's basically taken the energy of, like Toby and just... And what happened? Toby got really frustrated. And he got really aggravated. And finally, he comes back home and he's like... And I go, what? He's like, oh... He was just like, oh, right? And he had to cool down. So that's a fine example. And, that's just experience that he had. That's a fine example of how people can suck the energy out of you. That very negative stuff. And how do we, so like things of that nature, and like if you've experienced this maybe with family members, you have that family member who comes to you maybe, and we all have them, right? I'm sure that you guys experience that, or a friend, or somebody that has come to you and just negative, and that's depression, sadness, negative. And it's all there is this darkness. And what happens is that kind of energy field will cross over into you if you allow it. It will actually go into your body. It will ingest, you will actually like breathing and ingesting the stuff. And it will start to make you that way. You'll start to be that way. You'll start to get like, you'll feel this, it's like a deep darkness. You'll just feel it cross over you. At least I know with me, I've had that happen. And it really can make you depressed. Like, I've had that happen before. I've started a really beautiful day. I was all upbeat. I was all happy. I was energetic. And then I had someone come to me, and after they had left, I felt drained. I felt sad. I felt a little depressed. And I was like, okay, what is going on here? Because I was so energetic and so pumped up in the beginning, and then when this person left, I felt literally drained of my energy. Like someone just sucked it out of me with a straw. And I was like, I'm sitting there going, okay, what is going on here? And I realized because I was feeling that way after they left, I completely allowed myself to grab their energy and take it on for me. Even though I maybe didn't want to, subconsciously I did that, not realizing what I was doing, and then I couldn't understand why I was feeling what they were feeling, almost like, oh, life's horrible, you know. And that was the inner work. Here I go talking about the inner work that I had to start to do with myself and recognize how this was affecting my emotions, how this was affecting me mentally, and even how it was affecting me physically. Because I literally started to feel tired. I was sitting at my desk here, and I was literally not only feeling sad and depressed, but I was feeling tired. Like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm just sitting here like, ugh. So I had to come to measures on my own self on how to heal that. And I had to stop myself from allowing that to happen to me. What they feel, and I'm not saying you can't empathize with people. I'm not saying you can't connect with someone and say, I know what you're going through, if you've gone through that experience too. Relating to people is a good thing. I can't say the word, emphasizing with people is a good thing too, but you have to allow a certain amount. And this goes with talking about boundaries again, right? You have to create a boundary around that with yourself of how far are you going to take it. Emphasize with them. Let them know you understand, but don't take on that emotion. Do not take on.
Empathize.
Yeah, empathize. Thank you. I couldn't say it right. Oh my gosh. But yeah, telling yourself you're not going to allow yourself to be taken down just because they're feeling that way. You know, we do not have to get that, because it's contagious, let's say. It really is. Someone's attitude and someone's, that negativity around it is very contagious. Only if we allow it. If we stop allowing that to happen to us and say, okay, this is what they're feeling. This is what they're going through. I'm sorry that you're going through this. I feel for you. I understand. I get it. But then you create that barrier. And yeah, I'm kind of going off of what I said last week about barriers. You create that barrier that says, that's as far as I'm letting it go. I am not allowing this person or this person or this person to penetrate my energy and create an energy suck. And so I had to do that. I had to stop myself and say, okay, recognize it. Recognize what I was starting to feel, because again, recognizing is about 80 to 90%. The other 10% is the action. Recognize it first. Know that what my body's feeling. Listen to my body. What am I feeling? Oh, I'm starting to pick up on their negativity. Oh, I'm starting to feel that emotion they're feeling. Oh, I'm starting to feel a kind of sickness in my stomach and a little sad. Wait a minute. No, I will refuse to take part in that energy suck any farther. And once you recognize it, and you let it go, and you drop it, and you fill your mind with something different, fill your heart with something different, realize it's not happening to you, it's happening to them, not you. You have full control over your mental capacity, your physical. You have control, and you have to take that and take control of yourself and say, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen to me anymore. Okay? That I had to learn the hard way, and it's still a practice, it's still something I'm having to learn all the time, because I still will feel that way, because I'm a very sensitive person. I feel into things very deeply. I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I also have an edge, and I created that boundary myself. I created that edge myself, because I know if I allow myself to get taken down, I will be taken down. And then once I'm taken down, I lose my energy, I lose my focus, I lose my concentration, I lose myself, I lose who I am if I let it go farther, and then I can't function. I end up messing up with my energy levels, and I can't function. Okay? So I'm hoping this has kind of helped. I'm just going all things energy today, physical, mental, emotional, the whole thing, because it's a balance. It is literally a balance. So did you want to have? I know I haven't given Toby a chance to even talk much, except correcting me with the word. Were you having anything to say, or you don't want to talk today?
I don't have anything offhand.
Okay, and that's okay. That's fine. I can literally keep going with subjects like this, but I mean, yeah, we just want to really be mindful again of your energy. Be mindful of the people that you expose yourself to. And I know there are times, we can't totally be disconnected from people like that. I mean, we do have, we don't want to disown people because of that. We don't want to hurt people's feelings because maybe they're negative or they've had some challenges, and we don't want to do that to people, but we also don't want to allow them to take our power away from us either. So just be mindful of where your energy is. Like when you wake up in the morning, how are you feeling? Really go in and do a check, a body check of, as soon as you wake up, how are you feeling? How is your energy? How are you mentally? How are you emotionally? Are you feeling, go in with your feelings. Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling depressed? Are you feeling scared? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling joy, excitement, happiness? Recognize your emotions and what it's creating in your body. And that's the energy in your body. And they also call it energy body too. And just kind of figure that out. Really pay attention to what your body's doing when you're feeling a certain way. Or if you're feeling really tired when you wake up and you're so tempted to go and pop that can of Monster drink and take that thing down, and before you do that, do a check. Why are you feeling tired, and what can you do holistically? Instead of ingesting all that sugar and all that chemicals and all the junk, how can you holistically bring up your energy levels, bring that up into a different level? And once you start playing with it and experimenting and doing different things and trying out different stuff, you're going to find something that resonates with you. Like with me, I had to experiment. I had to kind of figure out what helped me get my energy level back up, or what kept it going. What maybe I had to listen to when I was feeling emotionally drained, what I would plug myself into, positive stuff to listen to. Figure out what that is for you, okay? Figure out what resonates, what works for you, and then stick with that. And keep that as your go-to. Keep something natural as your go-to. Another thing I'll mention before I go is herbal supplements. There's some really, really, really good herbal supplements out there. Rhodalia, how do you say that? The Rhodalia? Is that how you say it? Rhodia. Yeah, sorry. Rhodia. You can go out. It comes in a little bottle. You can find it at your health food stores. Okay. Rhodia comes in a little bottle. It's a little squeeze tube, and you can put it in to your drink. You can put it into water. It has kind of like a sweet taste. You can add it, excuse me, to orange juice, any good drink that maybe you're wanting. You can squirt it right in there, stir it up. That is a natural energy supplement. All herbs, no chemicals, no crap like that. We use that we use that on a pretty consistent basis. Not every day, but maybe a couple times a week, or like as needed. When I get up and I feel just like, oh, right, I'll squirt some into my drink. That's another good way. So maybe go to your health food store wherever you are locally. Ask the person that's there maybe what they have for natural energy enhancement, and you'll be able to get some really good holistic stuff there too. So yeah, hopefully guys this has helped. I know I went off a little bit differently here today, but I thought that it would be a good subject to talk about because we're in October, approaching the end of the year, approaching Thanksgiving, Christmas, and a lot of those times is when our energy levels, we're with family and friends more, we're exposed to a lot more things, and yeah. So hopefully this has helped. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me again today, and for those of you, on my business page and on my personal page on Facebook, I have already posted the podcast that I was on with Michelle. You can go on there if you haven't listened to that. It is there. So I have that available to you. Just click on it and you can listen to that. So thank you guys, and I will talk to you again soon, and stay tuned once again for next week for my coffee break conversations. Take care guys. Have a beautiful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye everybody.